What is going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Cleveland Browns video for you guys. And if you've been paying attention to the latest NFL news, or if you simply just looked at the title of this video, then you know exactly what I'll be talking about. As earlier today, another rising star officially requested a trade, and this time it's Terry McLaurin. As Adam Schefter officially broke the news on Twitter, and I quote, Terry McLaurin requested a trade, as at Schultz underscore report also reported. Look at that. Short, sweet, to the point. Got right to it. No beating around the bush by Adam. Love to see that. Now, to follow that tweet up, Adam added this. This is big information for Commander fans, right? And I quote, over the past 2 years, at least 3 wide receivers requested trades. T. Higgins, Debo Samuel, and Brennan Ayuk. None were traded in the year in which they made the request. McLaurin is now the latest wide receiver to seek a trade when failing to land the contract he wanted. And y'all already know the moment this news broke on Twitter, Browns fans caught wind of it, and immediately they started calling for Andrew Berry. Saying, Andrew, you haven't made a trade for a wide receiver yet. I think you're kind of due, right? I mean, if you think about it, he has made a trade for a wide receiver every year over the last couple years. Remember Amari Cooper, and then Elijah Moore, and then, of course, last year, Jerry Jeudy, who is, by the way, coming off a career year, despite the fact he had a revolving door at quarterback. Now, of course, people are going to come out and say, why in the hell would Terry McLaurin want to go play for the Browns? Well, I mean, it's not really Terry's decision. The team is the one that makes the trade, right? Terry kind of has no control of where he goes, right? Now, for any Commanders fans who are worried that Terry might leave, let me ease your stress with this from Fox on Twitter, as they released Terry McLaurin's next team odds. And as you can see, the Commanders are first with minus 250 odds, followed by New England, and then the Raiders, and then Tennessee, and then the Chargers. That would be interesting with Herbert. And then you have the Jets, and then the Browns, followed by the Steelers, Cardinals, and then the Seahawks. Interesting. Now, what's also interesting is shortly after Adam tweeted out the trade request, Denzel Ward had a little something to say about it, as he tweeted this, and I quote, my Ohio State brother, Terry McLaurin, would look fire in a Cleveland Browns jersey. I'm just saying, with a fire emoji. Of course, he had to tag Terry McLaurin. Not gonna lie, seeing Terry and Denzel go at it in practice every day would be awesome, right? And to all my Browns fans, let's fantasize a little bit, okay? Let's get delusional. Imagine Andrew Berry pulled this off, right? He goes out and he trades for Terry McLaurin, brings him to Cleveland, right? Imagine what our receiving core would look like. Well, you'd have Jerry Jeudy, Terry McLaurin as your 1A and 1B, Then you'd have Deontay Johnson in the slot. And keep in mind, he's a damn good route runner when he's locked in. If we get anything near 2021 Deontay Johnson, yeah, it'll be good. What we don't want is 2024 Deontay Johnson. You know, the Deontay Johnson that couldn't stick on a team and he was bouncing around from team to team all year. We don't want that. No, we want a locked in Deontay. Because if we get that, oh, we're going to have some fun. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And of course, you have Cedric Tillman, who's trying to have a productive season after that nasty concussion that he suffered last year. Based off of what I've seen so far, it looks good. Hopefully, he can stay healthy. But again, I'm just being delusional. Do I actually think this happens? Probably not. I mean, I've seen this stuff happen all the time. This is simply a ploy by the agent to try to get his guy paid, essentially calling the team's bluff. Like, oh, you're not going to pay my guy? Well, then we want out then, right? Try to force their hand. Say, if you're not going to pay him, we want out. Simple as that, right? Now, real quick, taking a look at Terry's background and his stats and everything, right? Of course, he'll be turning 30 in September. Damn, he's already 30? That's crazy. Of course, he went to the Ohio State University. And of course, he was drafted by the then Washington Redskins in the third round, 76th overall in the 2019 NFL Draft. And you look at what he's done so far in his career, I'll say he's done pretty damn good. Aside from his rookie year, he's been a 1,000-yard receiver every single year since. Also a two-time Pro Bowler, and he's coming off a season where he was named a second-team All-Pro. And that's with Jaden Daniels at quarterback, right? Of course, the main gripe that people would have about him coming to Cleveland is the fact that he'd be going from Jaden Daniels to whoever the hell we have at quarterback. Whether it's old man Joe Flacco, tiny hands Kenny Pickett, or one of the rookies, Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel. If I had to be honest, I think he would have the most success with either Joe Flacco or Shedeur. Because Shedeur can definitely sling that thing. I believe he was the most accurate quarterback in college last year. And look at the weapons he had at Colorado. It wasn't just Travis Hunter. Look up Jimmy Horn, right? Look up the other guys he had there. LeJontay Wester, right? Hunter, Wester, and Horn were one hell of a trio. Imagine Shedeur goes from that to Jerry Jeudy, Terry McLaurin, and Deontay Johnson. He'd be right at home. Not to mention, he would actually have a damn good running game because he would have Dylan Sampson running behind him. Now, I would say Quinshawn, but he's kind of tangled up in some legal trouble. So he's got to get that figured out. He hasn't even signed his rookie contract yet. We'll say this. If we ever get to see him with the ones, he's not going to know what to do because he's going to have one hell of an offensive line protecting him. Those guys have been together for years. Like, seriously. Like, Jack and Wyatt, how many years have they been together? God. They've been here as long as Kevin? I think so. Right around there. Yeah. Joel, of course, has been here the longest of anybody. I mean, look how many coaches that dude's played with. Then, of course, you have the vet, Ethan Posick. He's pretty good. And then you have the big guy, DeJuan Jones, who, by the way, looks much leaner this year. Right? He's still a mountain of a man. But watching that video that the Browns posted of Myles Garrett being mic'd up, like DeJuan was actually keeping up with him. Obviously, being such a big dude, it's hard to keep that figure the way it is. But man, if they got him on a good regiment to keep his weight secure, he's going to be damn good. He was damn good at Ohio State, too. You know? Such an awesome dude, man. He's guys do, too. My God. Like I said, he's a mountain of a man. Like legit, I went to training camp last year, and if you had all the players stand together in a crowd, you'd be able to pick him out easy. Not only is he a big ass dude, he's tall as hell, too. That's a bodyguard type guy right there, man. That's the guy you want protecting your quarterback. It's crazy, though. We went from weak ass Jedrick Wills, who gave up halfway through plays, to DeJuan Jones. And all we need DeJuan to do is stay healthy. Right? Yeah. He stays healthy, we're going to be good. So, just figured I'd make this video real quick. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Would you want Terry McLaurin? Stupid. Of course we would. Yeah, it's kind of a stupid question, but you never know these days, right? Some people would say, no, it would cost too much. People will say the Browns are trying to lose. Well, yeah, Andrew Berry and them, they're not trying to lose. They don't have the luxury of being able to have a losing season. They're trying their hardest to build a winning team because their owner is notoriously one of the most trigger happy owners in sports. Look at how many coaches he's fired. If you're Kevin, I think Kevin's good, but mainly Andrew. You know he's lurking back there. He's watching your every move. You mess up, that seat gets a little hotter. Right? So we'll see what happens. Now, if I had to give my honest prediction, I do think we trade for a receiver. But will it be Scary Terry? I would love it, but I doubt it happens. I think Terry gets paid with the Commanders, and he's going to be there for a while. But we'll see. All I know is if talks go sour, you know Andrew's lurking. He always is. It's the way he is, right? He has the aggressiveness of Dan Gilbert, and also he has essentially the money backing him of Dan Gilbert, kind of, right? Kobe Altman has the same thing. Wish the Dolans did that with Chris Antoinetti, right? I will say this, despite the fact that they're cheapskates, the Dolans are loyal, right? They stay out of the way. They let Chris do his thing. That's good. Just wish they utilize their deep pockets like Jimmy and Dan do. Because my God, they're really going to waste that entire Jose Ramirez extension, aren't they? All right, enough talking about the Guardians. By the way, I'll be live tomorrow, or today, for the Guardians and Twins series opener. I almost wanted to say the St. Paul Saints, because that's pretty much what that team is now. They were absolutely gutted at the deadline. Kind of feel bad for Royce Lewis and Byron Buxton. Damn, they're legit the longest tenured players on that team. That's insane. But yeah, guys, I'll see you tomorrow for that. But as always, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that bell. And I'm Crazy Dog, Let's go Browns. Let's go Guardians. And of course, let's go Cavs. And Crew, too. Can't forget about the Crew or the Buckeyes or the Blue Jackets. Let's go team. Okay, guys. See you guys later. Go Browns. I'm Crazy Dog. And I'm out. Bye-bye. Yeah.